Hey everybody and welcome back. Hope your guys' weekend went pretty well. Alright, let's jump right into the news. So it looks like Sony has jumped the gun a little bit early. Well, they didn't come out and announce it officially or anything. They didn't announce any free games actually, but it looks like Killstrain will be available to PS4 members beginning Tuesday, July 12th for PlayStation Plus subscribers. So I guess you could take it as a free game for July of this year. I guess if you don't want the subscription on PS4 or don't have a subscription, we'll have to wait until July 19th. They said, Killstrain is currently in limited access with more invites going out weekly. To join the action and prepare for the live release of the game, we will be sending out a substantial wave of invites to our limited access from June 29th to July 30th, Sony said. And I guess for those that may not want to sign up for the beta, there are limited invites still available. Be sure to sign up at the website there, killstrain.com. And I guess Killstrain is a PvP experience that pits 3 teams against one another under uniquely dynamic circumstances. Composed of 2 teams of 4 humans and 1 team of 1 or 2 mutants. Mutants have the ability to turn the human combatants, resulting in the team sizes shifting the match as it progresses. I mean, Killstrain looks alright, honestly, it's not bad, but I guess, I don't understand, why they're doing it, though. I mean, I guess I understand why they're giving it out for free, because it's their first party game. It's made by San Diego Studios, who make MLB The Show. Now, Killstrain does not look like an interesting game to me at all. It's like a top-down arcade-style shooter like that Call of Duty Zombies thinger that they had a couple years ago. I'm not a big fan. It's great that it's free, but that's all it's worth. I honestly probably wouldn't pay anything for it. It looks like an interesting game. It's just not my style of game, and honestly, it just looks boring. It looks very repetitive and boring after a while. That's just me, though. I don't know. Maybe you guys feel a little bit different about it. But so yeah, pick this game up, guys. If you guys want to get it for free, sign up for the beta. And if you guys have PlayStation Plus, be sure to check that out when it releases on July 12th. Alright, so it looks like Skyrim's Remaster is basically going to be, really cool. They said, Bethesda came out, we haven't gotten into the full, here's the things we're doing, but the basic idea is in all ways possible. We're trying to improve it and make it as next-gen and appropriate for these consoles as possible. Performance effects or whatever we can do to make the game look and feel better. We're going to give it a go. Now, they said, basically Fallout 4 and the remaster of Skyrim is allowing for PC mods, but I guess it's not as easy as maxing all the settings and dropping the PC version onto the console. I guess it looks like it's going to get significant improvements that will make it worth the $60 price tag, and it's going to be probably one of the best-selling remasters of all time. I mean, honestly, Skyrim is, my favorite game, one of my favorite games. Forza Horizon is really up there, too. It's going to sell great. I mean, they didn't come out and say what they're gonna do, but from these screenshots, the game looks absolutely gorgeous and amazing. And it's more work than what people think to make a remaster. Especially Bethesda and Rockstar when they remastered GTA 5. Well, they didn't really remaster GTA, well, they kinda did, whatever. And Bethesda, there's good developers out there, The Last of Us, for Naughty Dog. There's a few good developers that actually get, worth the money for the remaster. I love that about a lot of these developers. But for them to get my $60, they really have to prove it to me. And Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar have already done that. I'm sure Skyrim will do it as well. I didn't buy The Last of Us Remastered just because, I don't know. It looks really good, but it's not, worth it to me to buy a remaster. I mean, I've already played the game once. There's no sense for me to buy it again. So yeah, I can't wait to see what Bethesda has in store for this Skyrim Special Edition. It looks very, very good, and I don't know, guys. I cannot wait to see this game in action, live on the PS4 and Xbox One, and PC as well. I get it for free because I have Skyrim on Steam. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, but I'm gonna buy it for PS4 just because I love the console experience, and I cannot wait to see what happens with this, and once some more news starts to get released on this game. Alright guys, the last piece of news, but certainly not least, looks like the Xbox Scorpio will not have a different frame rate than the original Xbox One. Now that's kind of concerning to me, or kind of weird, because, yeah, hold on, I'll talk about it after I go through the news here real quick. So as you guys know, the Scorpio features an 8-core CPU, 6 teraflops of GPU, and more than 320 gigabytes of memory bandwidth. Now that's a pretty beefy console, but I don't know how they're going to keep it under the $400, $500 price range for people to buy. I really don't know what they're going to do there. But anyways, the console is set to offer the best quality pixels, true 4K gaming, fully uncompressed quality pixels, and the best frame rate, no compromises, according to Microsoft. So I guess the best frame rate really caught some people's attention, and they interviewed Microsoft Studios GM Shannon Loftus. Yeah, Loftus. The interview, they basically talked about how the differences would be with the Xbox One and Scorpio, with resolution and frame rates. She says, no, there wouldn't be a frame rate difference, because typically the frame rate is determined by the game developer and what's right for the gameplay mechanic. you don't necessarily want to create two different mechanics for two different configurations. So then I guess they asked her about the only capable of sub 60 frame performance and whether Scorpio would be pinned or like scaled down than the Scorpio. She says typically yes. A good example is Killer Instinct, which is crossplay on PC and Xbox One. We have locked the frame rate to 60 frames per second. We could do better on super high-end PCs, but that ruins the competitive nature of it. Now I guess Aaron Greenberg did say there will be no Scorpio exclusives as of ever, apparently, because I don't know how there isn't going to be Scorpio exclusive. The game's going to look a hell of a lot better. And then she says, if you put a 4K game in a non-4K box, it's going to render at 1080p. It will still look beautiful, same with HDR. That'll also work correctly. Now, okay, here's what my concern is. Yeah, the frame rate will be the same, because obviously the games are going to play differently on Xbox One and whatever. There's no sense to build the game twice. Alright, I get that. I understand the frame rates are going to be the same. Here's my concern. Obviously, the games are going to look a lot better. But as time progresses, games are going to get scaled down and they're going to look like trash on the Xbox One, the launch Xbox One, I'll call it right now. Obviously, that's another given too, isn't it? Well, that's where the concern steps in, because that's when games will start running worse, because they're only developing for the Scorpio since it has a bigger fan base, and it's in more homes now. After a year or two down the road, it's really going to start to suck after a while, I think. I know I talked about this in previous videos, so I'm not really going to go into it, but it's pretty much, the frame rates was a given. I knew the frame rate wasn't going to change, whether the developer wants to make it at 30 or 60, and they're not going to make the game twice, like I said. It wouldn't be cost beneficial or anything to them. But I'm saying is after a year or two, like I said, the games are going to start being exclusive to Scorpio. They can say all they want right now, because they still want you to go out and buy the Xbox One, alright? They're going to make it short and sweet and say, yes, you got to go buy the Xbox One, whatever. No, we're not going to have exclusive games. But I will say this, there will be exclusive games down the road, and they might be only exclusive to the Scorpio, not even just exclusive to Xbox or whatever. I don't know, it's going to be weird, the first year or two that Scorpio's out. And it's kind of concerning to me, because once they get away with it once, they can get away with it twice, 3 times, and so on and so forth. Now, we'll see. We'll see how well Scorpio sells, and if the price range is right, or whatever, but yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comments. Make sure to like this video, comment, rate, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Have a good one.